Legacies LTD podcast, part 3, high blood pressure. I talked about last week about the names of the medications that I was taking. Well, now I'm going to give you the names of the medication and a little story behind it and the milligrams of the doses that I'm taking. Um, so losartan is 50 milligrams. Lanopine is 10 milligrams. So a total of 60 milligrams that I'm taking. But the story I want to talk about is 60 milligrams is very high, but I want to talk about the side effects that I go through each and every day in taking this medication. Sometimes I forget to eat breakfast. I take the medication. I'm lethargic. I'm a little woozy, right? Or I take my medication and then I want to go out and hang out with the fellas and go have a cocktail. Now I didn't drink enough water having that cocktail. Now I'm feeling a little dizzy and woozy, right? These are all the types of medications that you take. So that's why what brought me here. Also, I was in a situation a month ago where I was there to fill my prescription of losartan, 50 milligrams, which is very high. There were 6 people before me, and out of that 6, 4 of them was taking losartan 50 milligrams. And I remember distinctly one of the people who was there to pick up his medication, when they told him his medication to be ready in 5 minutes, he said, wow, great, I can have a stiff one after this, right? And that's not something you want to broadcast when you're taking this type of medication. You have to respect the medication, but you also have to eat healthier. You also have to work out. You also have to train a little bit. And you also have to get enough rest, but you also have to juice. Juicing helped me in a big way. So as you see this podcast, it's been about 3 episodes about high blood pressure. It was shocking to me. And I feel like it's not just helping me be able to do this podcast, but at the same time, it's able to help other people who are going through the same thing that I'm going through. But at the same time, there's a lot of people who don't come back from this. There's so many people that die of strokes, of heart attacks, and then the recovery time of recuperating from this when it's something very simple that you could have did. So I'm just going to go on a couple facts that as you see this podcast grow in the last 2 weeks that we've been here, this is the 3rd week. The first week I was really overweight. The second week I was still overweight but lost a little bit. The 3rd week I'm still there but losing weight, and I'll continue to keep shaping. And it's just like with the podcast, my blood pressure, my body shaping, my mind, reading, eating, sleeping, all those things are very important. And I think that we forget the message that blood pressure is a real serious matter. So I hope this podcast is able to help others around me, the followers. It's not about followers for me. It's about helping others go through the same situation that I went through, and what steps you need to take to not be down, but to be lifted and to live and not to worry about having a heart attack or stroke. How do you do those things? It's a very peaceful walk, but you have to do something about it. You got to cut your salt intake. You got to watch what you eat. You got to watch those chips, right? You're drinking. You got to watch your drinking habits. And all these things take a big big role in what I'm trying to accomplish. And as I'm going through it, like I said, it's personal to tell you the milligrams that I'm on. It's almost embarrassing. 60 milligrams? Wow, was I really that bad? Yeah, I was that close. I was 220 over 170. You tell me. You look up the numbers. You look up the facts. You look up the stats. They tell you what happened to those people when their blood pressure is that high. Well, I was the one that went through it. Now I'm here to say no more. Now my blood pressure is 117 over 80, 88 beats a minute, right? That 80, I got to bring down to 70. So I'm continuing to work. It's a continue revolving. I'm going to continue to revolve with this because there's so many people that I don't want to let down. And that one person that I have as my follower right today of me and Wayne, I will respect that than having 10,000, 20,000 followers and I'm just jabbering my mouth. This is a reality. This is truth. This is the calling. And this is what I picked. This is the topic. I hope that this helps someone. Continue to keep following me. I'll have different messages, but I will continue to always talk about high blood pressure because what I went through, it was a scary situation. July 13th, 2020. Wow, can you believe it? It was real. It was true. And I just want to come to you and let you know that we can make a change. If you need help losing this weight, I will continue to have messages. If you need to email, you have my podcast information. I would love to respond. I will respond to all my followers and ideas and things that you can come up with, and different fruits and different foods and different workout methods. You're more than welcome to contact me or Wayne. We'll be here to give you the support that you need. But I'm very thankful. This was a very emotional situation for me to be able to even start the podcast to talk about blood pressure. It put chills in my body every time I even mention it. But the most important thing is that, what am I running from? I can't escape from myself, so I might as well build a relationship with myself, a healthy relationship, to be able to help others around me. And you'll be shocked at so many people that are dying from blood pressures, high blood pressure, dying from strokes, cardiac arrest. There's so many, and I'm just here and want to change it. Thank you for listening to this episode of High Blood Pressure. Throughout the week, throughout the months, throughout the year, we'll come with different topics. See you next week. Have a God bless one. Peace.